It might be hard to imagine,
Tex?
but there was a time when the Cowboys weren't known as America's team.
Honey, Tex, everyone's waiting.
And that drove their president, a Californian with the perfect name for the job,
He'll be right in.
crazy.
It's his favorite holiday.
Tex Schramm never stopped working. He never stopped thinking. He never stopped caring about the league. And more importantly, his team. Jealous of the exposure the Detroit Lions got on Thanksgiving,
Tex?
Tex made a call
I'm sure he'll be right back.
that would help transform his franchise forever.
Mr. Commissioner, I'm so sorry.
It was hardly the first time Pete Rozelle got an unexpected call from
I've
Dallas.
got a really important idea I'd like to bounce off you.
Tex Schramm had been coming up with ideas, with ways to improve the game, to innovate for years. Refs with microphones. Tex's idea. Instant replay in the NFL, flags on goalposts, wild cards in the playoffs. Yep, that was all Tex.
Mr. Schramm?
And don't forget about another one of his ideas that stood the test of
Dallas
time.
Cowboy cheerleaders.
Very good.
So today,
I think they're gonna love it.
think of Tex as we welcome the Cowboys, America's team, into our living rooms on Thanksgiving for the 50th time.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Think of Tex the next time you have an idea worth believing in.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I just had to take care of a little something. Who's ready for some turkey?
Yes, Tex Schramm was a visionary, and for the 50th time, that idea, which is now a tradition, will take place here as the Dallas Cowboys get set to host on Thanksgiving Day an opponent. This time, the Los Angeles Chargers. Hello, friends. Happy Thanksgiving. Jim Nance, along with my pal, Tony Romo. Happy Thanksgiving to you, to Candace and the family. Great to be with you.
It's great to be with you, and happy Thanksgiving to you and Courtney. It's been a great week hanging out.
We've had a lot of fun. We got a good game coming up here, too. A big game, really, on both sides. You got the Chargers suddenly at 4-6 in a crazy AFC. They're still in it after an 0-4 start. The Cowboys are floundering, though. They've lost the last couple. Dak Prescott struggled. Worst game of his career happened on Sunday night. How fast can they rebound off the Philadelphia game? We'll see.
They'll be able to rebound because they're going to have Tyron Smith, the left tackle, and the right tackle out. They're going to need that kind of protection. When Dak didn't have it the last few weeks, the game plays a lot faster. You have to throw it under duress, and you got to throw it accurately. And you know he's young right now, so when he gets those guys, he'll feel comfortable, and he'll be able to stand in there and throw the football.
Well, pass protection has been such a big story these last couple of weeks, and you look up and, man, you face a couple of very impressive players on that defensive front.
Yeah, we're talking about Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. These two are special. They both have high motors. They don't give up at any point in the play. Bosa has the most sacks by player in the first 21 games in NFL history. Reggie White, he's ahead of that pace. And Ingram, they move him around all over the field. Special two players. The Cowboys today got to have a plan for them, and I think they will because they got their two tackles out there. Then you got the Home Depot, Jim.
Are you ready for it? Let's do Project Smarter, presented by Home Depot. Tell me about it.
Well, you got Keenan Allen, the special player for the Chargers. He comes out, he plays in the slot, his weight is down, he's feeling healthy, all the things. He's tough to guard. Then you got Dez Bryant. They need Dez Bryant. He hasn't had a 100-yard game in the regular season in over a year. This is the difference maker down the field for the Cowboys. They need back shoulders. Throw it to him out there outside the numbers. Chargers, key to the game, they got to force the boys into 3rd and long. That's how you beat them. Don't let the Cowboys stay ahead of the chains. And the Cowboys, where are the chunk plays? They're not getting any of the big plays there anymore. They used to just bootleg, roll out to the right, throw it for 5-10 yards, and get 25. They need that today.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please join us in singing the national anthem. Presenting today's colors is the Salvation Army Honor Guard. Performing today's anthem, the Dallas Cowboys official anthem trumpeter, Freddie Jones. Chargers and Cowboys coming up. Glad to have you with us for part of your Thanksgiving holiday. Coming up on CBS. It's been a beautiful blue sky day in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're getting set for the Chargers and the Cowboys. We'll bring you inside and we'll take it to the sideline. And here's Tracy Wolfson. Happy Thanksgiving, Trace.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jim, Tony, and to everyone out there. The Cowboys certainly thankful to have left tackle Tyron Smith back, but I was told the big concern is how long he will last. They did not go through a full practice at full speed at all this week, so that is a concern for them. The other concern is they will be without their defensive leader in Sean Lee, out once again with a hamstring injury. But special teams gets a boost as kicker Dan Bailey is back in the lineup. As for the Chargers, they come in relatively healthy and had the luxury of being able to rest many of their starters in the fourth quarter on Sunday after their blowout win over the Bills, Jim.
Thank you, Tracy. This game is being broadcast in Spanish. We're available using the SAP button on your television. The Chargers at 4-6. They're one of 6 teams in the AFC at 4-6. The current second wild card berth is at 5-5 Buffalo, so they're one of 6, just one game back. And the Chargers show up on Thanksgiving for the first day since 1969 when they took on the Houston Oilers south of here on the road. And Switzer will take the opening kick to the 21. Can this Cowboy offense get things going after scoring now only 1 touchdown over the last 2 games? In fact, no touchdowns over the last 7 quarters. You see Dak has an impressive record here in his short career against the AFC. The numbers are good, but they weren't good on Thursday night when they were really in a full smackdown loss to Philadelphia, 37-9. He threw 3 picks.
Yeah, he's had a tough 4-game stretch, really. 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions. He's got his tackles back. Expect him to have a bounce-back game today.
Start out with a running play. Morris met early and somehow broke out of the tackle and was able to get past Trevor Williams at the line of scrimmage and pick up about 4, maybe 5. So again, so much of the talk will be about Tyron Smith. He comes back on a short week, and of course he missed these last couple of games. A lot of folks thought he wouldn't be back on a Thursday. They give him more time, but they need him, and he's there. Morris just made something out of nothing for 5 on that first carry.
52 is the mic. Hey, kill. Reefer.
Putting Switzer in motion, and they're going to hand it to him. He's going to be greeted back at the 20-yard line by Melvin Ingram.
Well, you're going to see just a jet sweep, but see Ingram here. That guy usually goes down the line, but Ingram, great instincts, goes up the field, and Dak had the ability to run it to the left or run that play. And he says revert, which means go back to the original play, and just not the right play versus that front and coverage.
Melvin Ingram showing us why last night when we talked with him. He said, my goal when I'm on the field, I try to be the best player on the field at all times. The best of the 22 on the field, I want that to be me on every snap. Well, he was on that last one. 3rd and 9. Time for Prescott. Comes over to Witten, and he tries to reach for the first, but he's going to be a yard short.
Well, and this is what they do. They decide to chip both sides. You got these 2 great pass rushers, and you see Witten makes Ingram go inside. Dak looks down the field, soft coverage underneath. It's a great start for the Chargers defense. Desmond King up on the tackle.
Yeah, the Cowboys opening series really destroyed on that 2nd down play that lost 4. The 8 yards to Witten still comes up short by a yard.
That's been the difference so far in this year. They keep getting on the long 3rd downs, and they just haven't been very good.
Here's Jones with the punt. Fair catch signal, and Benjamin steps away at the last moment, watches him bounce back by him, and out of bounds at the 13. And while the Cowboys have flatlined really offensively for several games, the Rivers-led offense of the Chargers coming off a 54-point outburst against Buffalo on Sunday, and the last time he played the Cowboys, Tony, he threw for over 400 yards.
Yeah, I was there. I saw that.
Yeah, you had a nice game. I looked at the stats, a couple of touchdowns, no picks, but it was a 30-21 win for the then San Diego Chargers playing at home.
Yeah, and the biggest difference, Philip Rivers, 21 interceptions last year. He's playing a lot better mistake-free football, and that's allowing him this winning streak.
He's coming out throwing. And hitting at the 30-yard line is tight end Hunter Henry between two Cowboys who were quick to collide after 17.
And you're going to see just a straight corner route by Henry from Arkansas. Young tight end. They love him here. He's really one of the two major options. Him and Keenan Allen, they love to go to.
Hey, Gambino Tiger! Gambino Tiger! Mike 57! Hey!
So Rivers barks out an audible and makes sure it's heard in all directions as he runs it with Gordon. The Cowboys must have heard it too, because they pounce 3 yards behind the line, led by Durant. Here's this Chargers defense. Chargers offense, I should. Kuhn. Boy, he's certainly been playing better than what Denver saw out of him when he was a Bronco briefly. Keenan Allen had big numbers in that game against the Bills. 12 catches, 159 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. 2nd and 13. It's Gordon. Gets back what he lost on the last play, so it'll be a 3rd and 10 coming up. And now let's meet the Cowboys of defense. Rod Marinelli's squad. Lawrence is a pass rusher with 11.5 sacks. And again, Sean Lee's absence is the big deal. Hitchens moves over. That means Durant steps up and plays. He already had a tackle for a loss. Byron Jones. Scandrick, all that experience in the secondary for the Cowboys since back in 2008 when he was drafted out of Boise State. 3rd and 10. Coming in motion is Eckler, who's been quite a find and has started the last couple of weeks. Rivers on the run, heaves it. He's got a man open at the 30, and it is Benjamin down to the Cowboys' 24-yard line. Picks up 46 here, Tony.
You're going to see him right there running through the middle. He comes up and runs a post. It's a great design play, and Heath thinks he's running straight up the field and overplays it and just goes right by the safeties. And boy, you see Xavier Woods actually not in position there as well.
Yeah, he was definitely out of position, the rookie out of Louisiana Lafayette, as the 46-yard play off of 3rd and 10 sets up Los Angeles at the 24 and a whistle. Pre-snap call going to be against the Chargers.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Jerome Boger and his crew, they are here. He shared a Thanksgiving dinner with the CBS family last night. So, opening drive points. How about this? They haven't scored on an opening drive all this season. They had 9 opening drive touchdowns last year, which was tied for the most in the league. They don't have a single one. They don't even have a field goal on an opening drive.
And they almost had to have everything go right there. Rivers has to roll out, throw the ball, and just good job extending the play to create the ability for him to be open that late.
So 1st and 15. Back at the 29. Coming in on Rivers. He gets rid of it. That was Wilson coming in on him.
That's really high-level play, and this is, you know, a great job actually by Phil. Good pressure by the Cowboys here, getting the ball out. But what you're going to see as the pressure comes right here from the right side, Damian Wilson, Rivers doesn't take the sack. He throws the ball behind, back shoulder, out of play, you take a hit, and this is the evolution of quarterback play. When you're young, you protect the ball for sure, but there are throwaways you can do that in. And I think one thing the Cowboys have stressed with Dak is getting rid of it, stay ahead of the chains. You don't always, you can throw safely away.
2nd and 15 is what he did. Do it in the area of Allen. Now he goes underneath to Allen, who makes one wiggle to get around a Cowboy and then stumbles down about 2 yards short of the first. Maybe 3 to go. 3rd and 3.
And they pressure. It's a hot route. Phillip and Keenan played together so long, have great rapport. Safety's trying to come down. Byron Jones from too far trying to disguise it. You got to get down there. Watch the pressure right off the edge. Here comes Hitchens. Phillip's seen it. So is Keenan Allen. Big play. Not taking that sack puts him in a manageable 3rd and 3 now.
Mike Williams, the rookie wideout who had his most targets last week, was out early in the season. Been up now for about 5 weeks. He's in. And here's the throw by Rivers, and it was over the head of Allen. And a field goal coming up.
It's a good job by Dallas D, just man-to-man. They make it a tough throw where Phillip has to throw over the top, and that's the one thing about the Chargers. They're not great on third down, 29th in the NFL. Dallas needs to win the third down matchup.
So Nick Novak, who had to come back to the Chargers for the second time after some early season debacles in the kicking game, cost Los Angeles big time. Novak 8 out of 11, and his field goal is wide right. From 35 yards, no good. And they still have not scored a point on the opening drive all year, even this time. More than just bruised feelings for Nick Novak off that missed 35-yard field goal. He was injured on the kick. He's been holding his lower back as the Cowboys come bursting out with Morris and a pickup of about 6. So Novak. And this is amazing for the Cowboy opponent kickers. This is becoming a tough building to play in.
Yeah, you don't want to see the Cowboys. Last week the Eagles guy goes out, head injury. Nick's down on his back there.
And the Chargers now as a team are 11 for 18 on field goals this year. 61% by far the worst in the league. And there's another carry by Morris. It'll set up 3rd and 1. And now the Chargers with Gus Bradley, their D coordinator. Bosa with his impressive numbers the season and a half into his career. Perriman, who's been back and is a big help for them, makes a lot of plays, a lot of tackles. And Boston with 4 interceptions on the season. This is a team that has been run on more than any other team in the league. 3rd and a yard. The Cowboys will run for it, and they get it. And they got it with Smith getting the carry. Rod Smith.
So you see the Cowboys right here, just 3 straight runs. This is what you get when you get everybody healthy. They can just stay ahead of the chains. The other team doesn't know really how to defend it because they have to play the run and the pass on each play. This is how they create their big plays. They stay ahead of the chains. That's the Dallas Cowboy way. They've gotten into trouble the last 2 weeks because they've been behind the chains and had to throw the ball on obvious passing down situations.
Here they come rushing in on him as Morris is able to peel off another good carry on 1st down. He got 6 the previous 1st down, and this one another gain of 6. Now without Zeke, this is game 3 without Elliott. Tone, look what they did with him. They averaged 28 points a game, 370 yards of offense, and without, well, 1 touchdown so far.
Yeah, it's a drastic difference. I know we got to put Tyron Smith in there as well, but I'll tell you, the difference is just they don't get to be ahead of the chains. The other team knows when they're going to pass it, and that makes the game a lot tougher. You know, it just, they're having to adjust a little differently now.
2nd and 4. Witten, and let's see what the forward progress is. Be about a yard short of the 1st. Now, if anybody's concerned about what color uniforms the Cowboys wear on Thanksgiving Day, they're coming out with the dark jerseys today. I saw footage of you playing here when you threw 5 touchdowns on Thanksgiving wearing the white jerseys. Is anything the Cowboys have a tradition of?
Yeah, I mean, they like to wear, they always have something different on Thanksgiving. You know, I've had old throwback, I've had the stars up on their shoulders, these jerseys. So you're getting a little different deal for the Cowboys.
Cowboys try the end around, and they pick up the 1st down with Williams getting around the edge.
How about that play call? You got Cole Beasley in the backfield. You got possible dive play right here. Then you got, nope, it's an option. Nope, it's a flip reverse. And here's Terrence out running the end and waves a little goodbye at the end as well.
So they've been able to convert on a pair of 3rd and 1s on this drive.
Well, the Cowboys are great in 2 areas, really, throughout the year. 1st down and 3rd and short, 3rd and less than 2, really 3. And that's their MO. That's why they have to stay ahead. And this is how they create their chunks right here, Jim.
Yeah, Prescott with Bosa chasing after him. just throws it away.
And teams have done a great job on not giving up that bootleg on first down. It's almost like that's been taken away, their ability to get that 15, 20, 25-yard play with just play the run, oop, here's 25 yards. And that's been really what's made them have to drive the field all the time, 4 or 5 third downs, and that's not how they were built.
Since their last touchdown, which was in the first quarter of the game at Atlanta a couple of games ago, they've run 124 plays and had 22 drives without a touchdown. And tripping up at the line of scrimmage is Morris after a pickup of just 1.
And now we got another 3rd and long, same exact thing, 2nd and 10, 3rd and long.
Alfred Morris, of course, began his career with the Redskins, came out with explosive numbers. And then he came in the same draft class as RG3. Last week had 91 yards, 17 carries. The first half, the Cowboys, they kind of felt things were kind of all right. They kicked 3 field goals, led 9-7. The second half was a disaster.
Yeah, their defense had like 4 or 5 3-and-outs, 4 in a row at one point in the first half. They just turned the ball over too much, but Alfred was rushing well.
And speaking of rush, pass rush, that is by the Chargers to get to Prescott back at the Cowboys 49. Legit, the first to hit him.
And you see this great pass rush on the edge by Bosa and Ingram, and you're going to watch just the edge rush right now. Both sides, you put Bosa and Ingram on one side, and they always create a little TE game. Watch right here. You go up inside, and those two have a motor. And the Cowboys in that specific play didn't help out on the edge, the right side.
Jones trying to pin them for the second time inside the 20, and it's a good punt. Down at the 7. Frazier there to down it. Chris Jones has the highest percentage of pounds down inside the 20 in NFL history. He's done it twice today. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. State Farm, here to help life go right. And by the all-new Accord from Honda. All right, so the Chargers' second drive will commence back at the 7. And Melvin Gordon will be called on. And the Cowboys are there to answer, led by Tyrone Crawford on the stop.
And you see right there, the Cowboy movement is the big trouble for this offensive line. This offensive line is not real agile all over the place, so the Cowboys love to move. And when they move up front, these offensive linemen have to adjust. If they do, you can gash them. If you don't, they're going to create minus plays left and right.
2nd and 9. Fake to Gordon this time. It goes a nice block, and it helps Rivers find an open man, and that was Allen, who was weaving around and went behind the first down marker briefly. Picks up 11 overall in a new set of downs.
Keenan Allen, they love to put him in a cut split, and you're going to see the cut split means he's not out too far to the sideline. He gets to go up here and just run right in the middle of the field, and that makes the safety and the corner too far wide. It's really one of their bread and butter plays. See the movement by the Cowboys before the snap right there.
Caused a pre-snap penalty against the Chargers.
Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Called on Jeff Cumberland, the backup tight end. Trace.
Jim, 2 big early injuries for the Chargers, both in a lot of pain, both in the locker room right now. Mike Williams, he is out with a right knee injury. His return questionable, and kicker Nick Novak has a back injury. His return is questionable as well. Punter Drew Kaiser will take over the kicking duties.
This has to be a record, Jim. I mean, Tracy, that was great. That has to be a record. Two weeks in a row, the kicker's gone in a football game against the same team.
How does that happen? Here's 1st and 15. And again, the Cowboys are there to plug up the rush. Look at Gordon, though, able to squeeze out another couple yards to give him 3. It looked like it was going to be no gain.
Yep, and a little twist up front, movement, Orlando Scandrick pressure off the edge. That's what Dallas is going to do. They know they can't handle the movement of the D-line up front. And if the Chargers expect to make hay on first and second down. They're going to have to get to runs almost just out on the edge that just say move inside, but we're going to keep running it outside. The inside stuff going to be tough today.
Thanks. So actually they whistled him down after just a gain of 1, so 2nd and 14. From the pocket, launching and finding again. A man deep in the secondary, and it's the 3rd catch already in this quarter for Keenan Allen.
You wait till you see this. This is what separates these guys. Watch this. It's going to be a corner, but he's covered. There's nowhere to throw it. It's a back shoulder on Jordan Lewis there. Keenan, the back shoulder is the difference on throwing these down the field plays. And look at that. Great job by the center, Pulley, to come over and help out on the stunt. But that back shoulder is what the Cowboys are missing right now. Des Bryant, that's covered. That guy's covered. The quarterback threw him open. The back shoulder, the player just turns, the ball's there. That's what the Cowboys need to do to get Des going.
That's 32 yards. As Rivers hangs in there, and again, he's got a man open in the secondary, and it's Henry with his 2nd catch. They've beaten up the Cowboy defense for a 46-yard play, a 32-yard play. This one 27, depending on the flag.
Boy, they had a lot.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit out of bounds, defense number 31. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Boy, this is a tough start right here for the Cowboys. Everyone was wide open on this play. You had 3 different guys. You're going to watch a great design play. Henry running across the field. You see the catch and then just the silly hit.
This was not the penalty. That came right here on Jones. That late shove out of bounds. So the Chargers down inside the 20 for the 2nd time in 2 drives. And Eckler gets his first handle for only 1. We may not have another play here in the quarter. Phillip Rivers has already thrown for 145 yards.
Well, they're pressuring them a lot, too. The Cowboys don't love to pressure. When they go against good quarterbacks, sometimes they don't like to sit back and they want to come after them. And you see Rivers with some great decisions under duress and being accurate.
So a scoreless, quick-moving first quarter. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, from CBS. Start the 2nd quarter in Arlington. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. Chargers on the move. 2nd and 9.
Phillips sees the pressure by Orlando off the slot. We'll see if Orlando gets out of there now. They give him freedom to make his choice. Here he comes.
Low snap. Ball on the ground, and Rivers has to go back to the 23 to save the possession. Whew. Loss of 11. Oh, I just got all botched from the beginning for Pulley.
Yeah, that was a touchdown, too. It's just a handoff to the right. Now the kicker's out. Here's their backup kicker. Kaiser just a bit outside. If you're going to miss that net
from 3 yards out,
you're going to struggle with the PAT in front of everybody. But he's a punter, so let's give him a little bit.
Yeah, he's never actually kicked a PAT or field goal in college, much less the NFL. And from here, it would be 41 yards if they went that way. Rivers gets him closer.
I don't know if that's close enough. Let's see what they do here. Oh, gosh. Do you bring in your punter?
I mean, it's 4th and 13.
Well, obviously, if they don't trust him here, they don't trust him to kick an extra point.
My goodness. And that would have been the 34-yard field goal try, but Anthony Lynn says nope. He must have seen that same kick that we just saw.
This is a huge story in this game. I mean, for your ability, they missed the first field goal. He's hurt. They don't go for this one. I mean, these are points. Cowboys are getting a break here. They need to take advantage. Watch right here. This is the kind of spot they like to go.
Eckler stopped a yard short. Picked up 12 on 4th and 13. Jordan Lewis was there along with Jones to make sure they kept him a yard away. Cowboys take over on downs. Look at this story. The Chargers 89 yards on that possession, producing no points after 70 on the first one and a missed field goal. So the Cowboys from the 4. Go with Rod Smith. So about the 8. And these pass rushers from the Chargers can get it done.
Yeah, you got the next-gen stats here. You got Bosa and Ingram, and you see when these two are on the same side, it's like thunder and lightning or something like that. They're just really, really explosive all over the field, crazy high motors. And they've already made plays in this game and gotten Dak off the spot. And, you know, these two you have to have a plan for. Right now, they might be the best tandem in the NFL, Jim. They lead the NFL in sacks.
I don't know really who else you would even say you could put them in there with. 2nd and 6. And another 4 picked up on the ground. So the Cowboys have come out. Prescott's only thrown it 3 times. Passes of the short variety, but they've now run it 10 times.
Yeah, they're coming out. You remember now, Novak, who's back up, he actually came out right after the 4th down play. Sometimes when guys go in the back, they might get a shot. They might do different things to get themselves healthier. So he looks like he's back. We'll see what happened.
Of course, the Cowboys had their own kicking health issues with Bailey, who's back today. They had to have Jeff Heath come in and kick in 1 game. As Prescott's pass dangerously broken up. Flag comes in a little bit late. Hayward was there defending on Williams.
This will be interesting because it's under 5 yards.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
See Casey Hayward, hands to the face, and that's definitely a good call under 5. Let's see up top. Just swipes across Terrence Williams' face. A tough call, but you really can't hit the face mask there. I think he got his hand swiped from Terrence, who swiped his hand away, but it's a good call, though.
Gets the Cowboys out of a jam.
They needed that, getting out of the hole there.
And the first down run by Smith. Rod Smith picks up 8. Forced out by Boston, and Witten helped throw a block on that side of the field. Tonight on CBS, there isn't anything he wouldn't do for his town or his team. Shamar Moore in the new action-packed drama SWAT tonight at 10, 9 Central, only CBS. So they gave him 9 as Rod Smith seeing some action here early.
Rod had a great training camp, moved up the depth chart, playing over McFadden.
McFadden inactive for this game. Pass complete. Williams. That pass picks up 2 and 1st.
Cowboys staying ahead of the change. This is the offense they want to be. Handoff, 5, 6, 7 yards, bootleg, little quick passes. I still want to see their chunk plays, though, Jim. That's really how they're going to become the team that makes it really difficult to stop with everything. Right now, they just haven't gotten them in a while.
Linehan, their coordinator, and this team in this short week of preparation, emphasizing again 1st and 2nd downs, got to get better. And they have had some good chunk plays on 1st down through the running game, which they're going to go to again. Smith, he's got 4, maybe 5. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to run it, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and you see they've been running the ball good. Even without Zeke, they've been fine. Last week they ran it fine. It's just a pass game. There's no big plays, and that's part of the, and you see right there, start of this game, the Chargers have 3, Dallas has none. And this has really been, to me, when you watch tape, it's like, it's hard to go 13-play drives. Now, Dallas has done it in the past because they're always in 3rd and 1 or 2 or 3. But when you're getting in 3rd and 7 and 8, you see already at the start of the game, now you're playing behind the chains. That's not a recipe.
2nd and 5. Prescott dancing around, trying to get out of trouble, but can't. Taken down by Palapoy.
And see, this is where I want to see just a little bit here. You're going to see just a curl route right here. This ball can go to, it's single high. The safety goes back here. That means he's one-on-one. And his Dak drop back right there. You got 2 chips on the edge. He can throw that. And he's looking to the left side of the field where you got your one-on-one matchup, but there's 2 guys over there. And so now it's 3rd and 11. If the ball can just get out of your hands, you keep ahead of the chains and you're back to 3rd and 5 and it's an easier play. Now you got to create something good here.
3rd and 11. Pass up in the air, caught on the rebound, but well short of the first. Bryce Butler. Cowboys out to punt again. For the 3rd time will be Jones. Had some 2nd down plays that have really cost them here in the early going.
Yeah, they had the jet sweep earlier, -5, and another one here, and then this is a double catch. It's a good job coming back down with it. But a die in there, the hit. I think it's just, this is too many plays, too many drives. What did you say earlier? 1 touchdown in 22.
Drives? This would be now 23 drives.
That's not the Dallas Cowboys we've seen over the last 2 seasons.
There's actually no touchdowns on the last 23 drives since the last time they scored one in the first quarter at Atlanta. Still scoreless, quarter number 2.
I'm Philip Rivers of the LA Chargers. Along with my wife Tiffany and 8 wonderful children and the whole Chargers organization, we would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Philip, he can't wait to celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. The Rivers and the Kellen Clemens family are going to be together, and Philip can't wait for a little bit of that green bean casserole that Tiffany's famous for.
I tell you what, 8 kids. He's the man of the year. I can tell you that right there. That's impressive.
He's a great guy.
Quarterback and gets home.
Of course, he has that commute every day down in the San Diego area up to camp. There's a pass for about 3 yards to Gordon. Yeah, he gets in a car every day with Kellen Clemens, and they commute from the home. They never did move. Team moved, they stayed.
Yeah, they're in San Diego, and they're going up to LA, I believe, and it allows you to watch tape. The one good thing is, like, yeah, you got nothing to do. You're sitting there, and we watch tape together, and we go over the stuff, and you get out of the facility, and you get in there, and you're still studying, and that's a great thing. And he's one of the good guys. You root for him to hopefully get a shot at the Super Bowl before he's done.
Eckler for about 5. Yeah, we bring these players and coaches in for a production meeting. We always ask them before the Thanksgiving game, what are you thankful for? Philip said, you know what I'm thankful for? Faith, family, and football. And when I say football, I'm talking about all the people that you meet through the game, along the way. The high school coaches and teammates, college, all the pro players and parts of the organization. I know you can relate to that.
He's absolutely right. I mean, you don't create and you don't get these relationships in a lot of walks of life, and it's just a special thing, and you remember the people that really helped you along the way.
Here on 3rd and 2. That'll pick up a first down. Eckler for 3. He's been quite a find. Out of Western State, out of Colorado.
What?
Undrafted.
Did you say Western State?
Western State.
I feel like we're in Blue Chips or something. It's like Red State West.
For folks in the Chargers organization said, I'm from Colorado. I've still never even heard of the school, but he's putting them on the map. Division II school.
Yeah, he showed up, and they're like, hey, every time he touches it, we get yards.
First down throw. Keenan Allen has a first down, gain of 11.
They're struggling against him right now, and this is a great combination. Playing the best football, in my opinion, of his career right now. He looks outstanding.
Here's a look from our nationwide Skycam. Keenan Allen already with 5 receptions for 73 yards.
And you see him. He's now moved into the slot, up to the top. Last play, he was the receiver by himself at the bottom. Now he's right up here. Philip sees it. Hey, let's run the football. The safety's going to drop down. If he wants, he's got a one-on-one matchup outside, but he's also got favorable box.
Play action. Cowboys come in on him. Gets it away, and it probably got lost looking into the sun by Jordan Lewis. I mean, that was just a reaction that's the only way I think you could explain it.
Well, this is what happens here. Jordan Lewis is down here. The receiver does not get the play. Watch here. He's supposed to take the corner out of there. He's just running down the field, and Jordan Lewis gets to come in and make the play over, and he shouldn't even be there. And the sun right there in his eyes, and Rivers getting hit again.
That was Collins who knocked down Rivers after the throw. 2nd and 10.
Cowboys have to make those catches. I mean, those are huge plays in football games.
Diving catch. That's Henry. Good grab. Gain of 7, 3rd and 3. And how about the sun and what you are seeing from down there, Tracy?
Well, Jim, it's a real issue for receivers. I was told at least once per game it comes into play, whether it's, you know, the time of year or whether it's that time of the game. But what makes it so hard is it's not just, you're outside playing in the sun. It's the windows, and so it's a quick glance. As you turn, it just hits you automatically. It's like a door opening up into the room, and that's the tough part about it for the receivers to try and adapt to.
And the defensive backs like Jordan Lewis, who lost it. And on third down, they go right back to Allen in front of Jason Garrett. Look where they spot it. They spot it. Philip Rivers saying, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, where's
Caught
the
it
ball?
on the other side of the chains.
You're right. Where's the ball when he got touched? That's what you want to see. So you're going to see, we can pause this right at the end. See when Orlando Scandrick touches him right here. When does he, because he moves the ball. Ooh, I think Orlando touched him.
Fourth down, they're going for it.
Short. They're going to try and mash this right up the middle, right? Oh, he's going shotgun. There we go.
Knocked down. Flag is out.
Oh, they're going to get him for holding, I bet.
Anthony Brown knocked it down.
Oh, man, that looked like great coverage from here. We're going to see if he gets a hold of him. Played the sticks. To be that close with Keenan Allen, you almost have to hold him, though, don't you? I mean, he stops on a dime. That's the only reason you would do that.
Pass interference. Defense, number 30. Spot the foul. Automatic. First down.
You know, I saw Keenan Allen celebrate instantly like he knew it. Philip Rivers, I was watching him. He started running down the field and celebrating.
Well, that's a perfect ball placement. I mean, literally a great defensive play at the end by Brown. Rivers wanted it.
So, football now at the 35, first down. Go with Gordon. Picks up one. Hitchens on him right away.
You know the funny part, Jim, was like inside the stadium up top, they actually showed like a replay of it that didn't show any pass interference. It looked like the great play by Brown, so everyone would boo the call. And then the one that we showed here, you could see the PI.
It's what you get to do at home.
Yeah, it's what you should do. Keep the crowd on your side. Get them booing the rest. Put a little pressure on them.
2nd and 9.
Orlando coming off the edge. A run stunt up top. Phillip knows it. They're still doing it. Oh, he throws a screen into it.
Benjamin steps out of bounds. Brown is there. So third down coming up.
It's a good veteran play right there. Slot blitz by Orlando. Don't run the ball right at him. Throw a screen right where he leaves. Is Orlando? It's a tough throw because he gets his hand right in there, so you're like trying to lead your receiver, but you can't.
So, Tony, they're driving for the third time in 3 possessions. And if they weren't unable to pick up anything here, you'd be talking 47 yards if Novak is able to do it. He's come back onto the field after missing that first one, going into the locker room to address a back/groin injury. Cowboys blitzing 5 over the top. Rivers finds Henry, and he's able to barrel down inside the 10.
This is a great design play by the Chargers. Once again, Phillip moves the protections. They pick up Orlando with the left tackle, and Henry just crosses Damian Wilson's face and uses that speed. Rivers right now is putting on a clinic, and that's mental. He's literally doing a lot before the snap in this football game, and it's impressive to watch right now.
Yeah, he's doing a lot after the snap. 214 yards passing as Novak tries to stay loose. 4 completions already by Phillip. They've gone for over 20 yards. Here's the toss. Eckler. Cowboys meet him quickly. Jalen Smith.
You see Jalen Smith's speed there. They need him to step up and play good football.
Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cower with their highlights and analysis of the first half. A recap of the Vikings' big win in Detroit. It's coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Four to 1 in yardage.
And 0-0 in score.
How about that?
Kickers matter.
Timeout. Signaled by the Cowboys. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dr. Pepper, the one fans crave. The 2018 Ford F-150, it doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar. And by Verizon, best gifts on the best network. The winning shot Tuesday night over at Top Golf. We had competition that was riveting. Came down to the wire. Romo from 195 finds the circle. Now can Rivers and the Chargers find the end zone? 2nd and goal.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Clutch shot with a bad back.
Back's fine.
Rivers knocked down at the 5. Trying to go to Gates. And again, Jalen Smith makes the play.
Boy, I tell you, I want to see how many times Scandrick is blitzed. Again, right off the edge. Knox, I mean, he's hitting people and then rushing. They're trying to get Rivers off his spot. They don't want him to sit there and be comfortable. A lot of pressure in this first half against him. He's made him pay.
Novak is ready to go. Should he be called on?
Big stop for Dallas. They can get a stop here and go get points, possibly lead at the half after this first half somehow.
Hard to imagine. Timeout called by the Chargers. 2:29 to go in the first half with no score. We're back for a 3rd and goal. Chargers at the Cowboys 9. Sharper's offense has been on the field most of this half, but has not scored.
Running backs one-on-one over the middle here.
There they go, and the Cowboys saw it too as Jones slams down Eckler at the 4. And now they're looking over to the sideline, and Rivers is staying out there. I say, Novak, go back.
Oh, they're going for it.
Go for it.
Now they're actually going to take it down to 2 minutes.
That's probably what they're going to do.
Take it down to 2. Don't let the Cowboys. He's not calling a play. He's just going to pretend so the Cowboys don't take a timeout. Pretty smart. Make them think you're going for it.
Well, the official doesn't even get a chance to reset in time. So 2-minute warning. You're watching the NFL on CBS. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lowe's. Hurry in today for huge savings on all things winter. And by Tostitos. Tostitos gives back to the Salvation Army. AT&T Stadium will be the host site of the NFL Draft next April 26th through the 28th. And now Novak is out here to attempt a 22-yard field goal try. Was injured on the miss from 35. Had that addressed, comes back out. Let's see what he's got.
I like his chances here, Jim.
I do too. And right into the net for the first points of the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Lowe's.
Well, hello, Mr. Snowman.
The moment you realize your snowman is melting and he's not made of snow.
At Lowe's, we have all the decorations you need to make your home magical for Christmas. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Save up to $149 on select artificial Christmas trees at the Lowe's Black Friday Deals event.
So the Chargers' 3 possessions go 70 and 89 without points. Kaiser's going to pick off, and then now 66 yards for a field goal. And Des Bryant has not been targeted so far in this game. Cowboys, in fact, have not been shut out on Thanksgiving Day in the first half since back in '99 against the Dolphins.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great first half, and they got to get something to get started. They're usually pretty good in these 2-minute situations, although tough one last week with Philly. This is a big drive for them just for momentum going into halftime. I mean, the score is fine. They're completely fine. They've got to do something to get them themselves going.
So Drew Kaiser kicks it off instead of Novak, and Switzer races ahead and breaks it out to about the 33-yard line.
They got to give Rich Bisaccia credit. Last week comes out with a big return. Another one this week. They had a chance to break that one too. So
yep, Desmond King ended it, and Switzer hobbles to the sideline. So far in this game, Prescott's only thrown 5 passes, 4 for 5 for 18 yards.
Yeah, he's protecting the football. This is what happens sometimes when you have an interception or a couple interceptions in a game. The next week you come back and you're like, I'm not throwing an interception. Sometimes you just hold it a little bit longer than you used to doing, trying to protect it. He's got to let it go a little bit and just trust his reads.
Low snap. Prescott secures it, completes it to Witten. That's just the 20th play of the game for the Cowboys.
So here you go. You got 2 timeouts as Dallas. You're trying to just run plays right here, get up quick. Des Bryant, Cole Beasley up top.
And again, there's a completion. It's Williams for a first down.
San Diego letting one-on-one outside.
How does Des handle it when you're in the last minute of the first half? It hasn't been targeted.
Yeah, he doesn't like it much, but you know, they need to go to him. He's one-on-one up top. He's up there by himself.
Sliding away from a possible sack, and Williams makes the catch with a marker in the area.
That's got to be offensive pass interference. Terrence, I think, pushed off, create the separation.
Pass interference. Offense, number 83. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
This is what's hurt the Cowboys. Whenever there's something negative play, a sack, a penalty, you know, anything that, you know, minus play, they just haven't been able to get back on track and have those explosive plays to get them back in going. And you see right there, Jason Garrett knows some momentum here's big.
And he's without his decorated right guard, Zach Martin.
Wow.
Yeah, Joe Looney has come in for him.
Wow, that's Zach Martin, to me, is the best guard in the National Football League. That's a big blow.
First and 20. Complete over to Smith, but well defended.
Chargers smartly run a twist right at right guard Joe Looney, and that created the pressure. That
was Hayward, who was there to hold that to a 3-yard play. And now with 40 seconds to go, 2nd and 17. Prescott looking right into the sun here. And with 2 Chargers there to defend, Witten makes the catch. And he gets thrown down, and he doesn't like it.
That's a silly play. You should never do that. Phillips throwing him down there. That's just, I mean, that could have got you 15 yards. Or was it King? Timeout for Dallas.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Nationwide.
Got anything new?
Yeah, about a small business. So you want to grow your little moving company.
I like it, but what if grow your moving company?
I think maybe it ought to be more like a song than a jingle.
Okay. Yeah, well, do it your way. Of course, people seem to like it. They talk about it all the time. They tweet about it, speak to me in jingle tone 24/7. But yeah, I think a song makes sense.
Top 4 big, top 4 big.
Cowboys call that timeout. Setting up this 3rd and 9 with 33 seconds. Dallas with 1 remaining. Pressure at the middle, picked up. Here's Witten. Sure-handed tackle at the Los Angeles 49 by Phillips.
Well, it's a good job of pass protection there, and Dak lets it go underneath and just short of the first down. That's a big stop for San Diego, and there's a chance that Jason Garrett goes for this now.
It's a timeout called by the Chargers. And again, coming up, the Verizon halftime report with JB and all the crew. We wish them a happy Thanksgiving. Our friends there in the studio. And they're, wait a minute, that's not fair. Phil's got his back turned. I had 13 great years with Phil on Thanksgiving Day, and I wish him and his family all the very best, and everyone in the studio. That timeout, though, called by the Chargers.
I love it.
Yeah, it was smart because the Cowboys would have let it run it down, maybe have a chance for a Hail Mary at the end of the half. They took that away from them.
Absolutely. You're exactly right. They could have taken it down to about 8 or 9 seconds, thrown one over the middle of the field for 7, 8 yards and tried a field goal attempt as well. If they give it back to you with 3, all you got is a Hail Mary. So really well done there by the Chargers staff and Anthony Wynn.
Jones. And the fair catch with 17, make it 16 seconds to go in the half. 3-0 Los Angeles. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Justice League now playing. And by American Express, founding partner of Small Business Saturday. Shop small this Saturday. And on this day, so far, the Chargers have dominated, but have only 3 to show for it. There's Anthony Lynn, who was born right here in the Dallas area, about 40 miles north of the stadium here in Salina. Lived in McKinney, went to Texas Tech, played in the league, coached all around the league, including here with you, Tony, back earlier in your starting days.
He was one of the coaches on the staff when they, me and Drew Bledsoe were there, and they had a vote who would start, and Anthony's like, I think the young guy, all he does is move the ball in practice. And some of the older coaches were like, what are you doing? We got a veteran.
I'll tell you what, he's done a lot to put this team in position here starting week 12. You think about an 0-4 start and the heartbreak they had early. And again, the AFC is so wide open. It's an amazing turnaround in some respects.
It's really impressive. Keep your team focused. Just keep winning. You never know how this thing's going to play out. Kansas City's come back. They're in it now, Jim.
Chargers lead it 3-0 at halftime. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Chargers and Cowboys 3-0 as we are about to begin quarter number 3 in Arlington. Tostitos and Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott are encouraging fans to give back this season. For every bag of new Tostitos yellow corn bite-sized tortilla chips purchased, a donation will be made to the Salvation Army. Well, the second half about to begin shortly. Can't even really remember a play that stood out for the Cowboys in that first half. Now what are they going to do adjusting here at the intermission?
Well, I know that they hoped the last 2 weeks were more like, hey, Tyron Smith was out, tough environment. Right. The team went to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are playing great this year. I know they expected to get back on track today, and that just hasn't been the case. And in the first half, it's just situational football right now. They're behind the chains. They got to stay ahead of the chains, or they got to create a chunk play. It's in the passing game. Somewhere along the way, you got to get 30 yards.
Same time, the Chargers have got to be feeling like, hey, we should be leading this thing by a whole bunch more than just 3-0. And as Thomas Rhett was performing, we looked down on the field, and in the dark, just off the stage, Kaiser was out there practicing a few field goals. That was from 40 yards just right. I think I saw a good dozen attempts out there. Looked like most of them went dead center, but that was his last attempt. And that might be just in case, because, of course, Novak did return and knock one through from 22 yards out after suffering that injury on the first field goal attempt of the game from 35 out. So here we go. The Cowboys will send it down the way, and it's a short kick. It's King. And plows ahead into a bunch of bodies, including Wilbur. Ball. Little brawl taking place.
Well, if you're the Chargers now in this half, they played great in the first half. You just got to get points. Let Phillip Rivers control the game like he did. He can sense what Dallas is doing. He's ahead of them right now, Jim.
Tracy, let's hear what you learned at halftime.
Well, I spoke with Jason Garrett, and big plays, he said, are the key. Defensively, they need to contain LA's big plays. Offensively, they need to make big plays, especially in the passing game. And he said they need to get Des Bryant more involved. When I spoke with Anthony Lynn about the kicking situation, he said, we'll see how this goes in terms of Novak's health. They may be in fourth down situation the rest of this game, Jim.
Here's Gordon. And that's for Gordon. His best run of the game, his long carry on 5 attempts in the first half was 3. That one goes for 11.
And they've done a decent job without Sean Lee today. You know, in the run game. You know, you see right now it's only about 20 yards before that by the Chargers in the run game. And Sean Lee's been so instrumental in slowing other teams down, you know.
You know, you extol all the time when we're talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking off the broadcast about how vital he is to the team. And then when you start crunching the numbers, it's astonishing. Here's a 1st and 10 carry again by Gordon. And that's good for about 5. And we'll just show you now. This is why you've always said he might be the MVP. As far as this Cowboys organization. 5-2 with him, 0-3 without him. But look at the behind those numbers even.
Points, yards. So here's the thing. These aren't that big of stats unless you think that points, yards, and takeaways matter.
Yeah, other than that.
To winning football games. This guy single-handedly makes this defense go from like average to good or from really bad to average. Like he's done it every year that I've been there. Whenever he was on the other side, I was like, okay, we're going to be okay today. When he wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable.
2nd and 3. And the Cowboys make a stop and drive him back. That was Anthony Hitchens who played that one out, and now 3rd and short coming up for Los Angeles.
Hitchens did a good job last week. He played pretty well, and you see he comes up and sticks. 2 weeks ago, he took Dante Freeman out of the game with an early hit. And the one thing about Hitch, he's really a pretty good linebacker, but he's having to go play a different position. When Sean goes out, Hitch doesn't get to play his same spot. He has to go play Sean's. So your run fits are just a hair late. Everything's just a hair not as fast. And that's been the issue, really.
Empty backfield for Rivers on 3rd and 2. Got a man open. Eckler has the catch at the 35 and is able to carry a Cowboy. Heath, that is, with him all the way down to the 20, and another big play by the Chargers offense, their 5th of the game that went for at least 20.
You're going to see down here Justin Durant on Eckler, and Eckler's going to give him a double move. Go up, stop, and then go down the field. And watch her, stop, I got you. And Rivers just wears it out with another chunk play.
Rivers telling us that Eckler wore number 3 in training camp. And he kept saying to the coach, who is this guy? All he does is make plays. And now dawning 30, he is making plays as part of the game plan. 1st down carry for 1.
You see, when that guy comes in and you got a rookie free agent from Western High School or whatever you said.
Yeah, Western State.
Western State.
University, that would be.
When he comes in, you know what Rivers does? As a veteran quarterback, you go like this. You're like, hey, I like this guy. And you walk over to someone and you go, hey, Kellen Clemens, or what's his name, that kid you're throwing to? And he's like,
yeah.
Oh, his name's Eckler. You're like, okay. Hey, Eckler, let's get a rep, buddy. Hey, buddy, good to see you.
I like the fact he went to Anthony Lynn and said, hey, coach, what do I got to do to make this team? He said, go see the special teams coach. Show me something over there. And he did. 2nd and 9. But it's Gordon doing the work on this carry. Down to the 14. It'll be a 3rd and 4 coming up. Hitchens trips him up. Fourth time in the red zone in this game for Los Angeles.
Big stop right here for Dallas. Big play for the Chargers. The LA Chargers. I may have said San Diego once or twice, maybe 7 more before the end of this game.
You're not the first.
Gosh, I tell you, that's really hard for me. But they're doing great. They like their spot they're at. Talking to Dean Spanos last night. He's excited about their future.
Cowboys defense trying to buckle down here on the big 3rd down snap. And the pickup of the 1st down thanks to Allen. 1st and goal to go.
This, Keenan, watch this right here. Outside and then back underneath. He just sets you up and gets Brown off his mark. Phillip just knows where to go with the ball. And tough matchup for Anthony Brown right there.
So they bring in Schofield as an extra lineman, and he's an eligible receiver here on 1st and goal. Allen with 3 3rd down conversions in this game. As Gordon has quick contact by Justin Durant. Yeah, the Chargers got to be saying at halftime, we had 3 trips to the red zone. All we came up with was 3 points. We're moving the football on these guys. Let's go out right here at the start of the 3rd quarter and take it the distance.
You're exactly right. And you've seen the last few weeks. I mean, Dallas has not done well in the 2nd half. I mean, they've been outscored. You know,
well, they haven't scored. They haven't scored. The last 2 weeks, they have not scored in the 2nd half.
They were down 10-7 at half against Atlanta, still in the game. They were leading at Philly 9-7. And in both games, they were outscored 47-0 in the 2nd half. They've got to change that today to have a chance, obviously.
Hand off to Gordon, trying to get the edge. And the Cowboys are there to hold him to a yard. Durant and Skandrick combine on that stoppage.
Good job by Skandrick getting off the block by Allen. As Gordon was going to beat Durant to the edge with speed. There's Orlando. I don't think he got in from that angle.
No, pylon cam was there for the ready. Now, 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do here.
Well, you can't leave Keenan Allen one-on-one, can you? I mean, you have to double team him. He'll be at the bottom of your screen right here with about 8 guys around him.
Yeah, he's got 3 there right now, and 4th sliding over as Eckler comes over in the area too. 3rd and goal. Rivers looks that way, looks for another option, and finds it for the touchdown to Hunter Henry. Oh, he wanted to go left. He wanted to go in that area of Eckler and Allen. And Hunter Henry, though, was the option that paid off.
Watch this. The quarterback throwing him open. Allen's going to run out here, and he thought about the back shoulder, didn't love it, and you're going to see Rivers as he goes back. Watch Henry, another back shoulder. He's covered, but he throws him to the other side where the defender isn't. He looks over there, comes right back to Henry and throws him open, all within rhythm. Well done by Philip Rivers, and Henry being the recipient on the back shoulder.
It's Novak who comes out for the point after. Look out left. And he's down. Anthony Lynn knows we may not be able to call on him again. 9-0. Novak's been in pain as he misses on the point after.
I tell you, for him to come back and make that one kick,
yeah,
is pretty big. I mean, he's obviously missed a field goal and an extra point now, and didn't even attempt a 3rd one. So the Chargers have cost themselves some points.
Chargers having just completed a 4th drive of at least 65 yards. Switzer trying to get some good field position. He accomplishes that. His 2nd nice return of the game. The Cowboys' total offense, though, 84 in that first half. And again, Bryant was not targeted. And since their last touchdown in the opening quarter at Atlanta 2 games ago, 147 minutes of game action. And it's been over 4 quarters since they last scored, when they had the 3 first-half field goals against the Eagles.
Yeah, they're getting in position where they're having to create 3rd down after 3rd down after 3rd down, and they're not doing a great job on 1st and 2nd, getting those chunk plays that we keep talking about in the passing game.
Prescott on 1st down says, well, let's get Bryant into the game right away. First snap goes to Dez for a 1st.
And this has happened for most of the year in some ways. They're playing man-to-man on him, and he runs a slant inside. That ball, I think, was caught.
It was. Gain of 10.
They're going to get up and hand it off real quick, right to the right.
And trying to find any kind of crease is Morris. Picks up about 4. I think it was Morris now 6 rushes for 25. So while Bryant now has been targeted and has his first catch, Cole Beasley still hasn't been thrown to in this game.
Well, what teams are doing is last year they threw it to Cole a lot. So every time it was a tough situation, Cole Beasley got the ball because the matchup was so tough. Well, this year the Broncos in the 2nd game played outside leverage, had a guy inside to say Cole Beasley will not beat us on short passes, little passes. This is what they have to do.
2nd and 7 pass, trying to hook up again with Bryant. And Hayward, who's one of the best corners in the league, breaks it up. But let's go down to Tracy.
Jim, the Cowboys get Tyron Smith back for this game, but now right guard Zach Martin has been lost. He is out for the rest of the game with a head injury. Joe Looney replaces him.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll be big. But that's what they have to do with Dez. Teams are going to make you throw outside the numbers and have man-to-man coverage, and you need these contested throws and catches. The ball just has to be, in positions where your guy just makes the play on it.
3rd and 7. Here they come. Running out of the lane. Now Beasley has a grab. Best throw of the game for Prescott.
This is the staple of the Dallas Cowboys. When I came here, it's called 525F post, and he's going to go up and run a slant. He basically runs until the leverage. He gets up on that guy and just crosses his face. And Dak with a great throw with a guy coming around him. That's what you have to do. That's how you move the chains on 3rd down. Guy around you, throw it.
Longest play of the game for the Cowboys. Went for 12. Morris, he waited for the defender to go past him and takes it down to the 36, picks up 5.
And San Diego decided to blitz on that last 3rd down. And I'll tell you, that's what the Chargers, LA, I'm only getting 2 more. I get 2 more of those.
I'm going to put this card right here.
Yeah, I've only called them San Diego.
There you go.
The LA Chargers are going to, they pressured, and they hadn't done that much in the first half. That creates one-on-ones with Cole Beasley.
2nd and 5. This is the deepest point the Cowboys have been today, the 36. And that brings it down to the 33, 3rd and short. So let's see if the Cowboys are able to keep it going here, Tone.
It's a big drive for them. They really need to get points on the board. Chargers, without the kicker situation, all points are huge in this if they can get a stop here.
Hey, Story!
Up the middle. And no, what a fake it was! Prescott fooled everyone in the building. The flag is out. What did you see, Tony? You've been signaling flag from the get-go.
It looked like there might have been holding on Des Bryant up top because the corner tried to come off.
Offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
Boy, I tell you, they all went for Morris.
And they called it on Tyron Smith.
And
I want to see this one. That's a huge play in this game. Both teams right there want to see this. You're going to see Smith right there. He goes to, ooh, ooh, yeah.
You don't dispute that.
Yeah, that's you can't do that one. He is a big guy who can just turn you and flip you, but.
So the Cowboys,
that left.
Instead of the 33-yard keep for the score by Prescott on the great ball fake, it's back to 3rd and 12.
He does that incredibly on big plays. He keeps that ball in a lot of 3rd and 1 or 2s.
Chargers in the chase. Prescott some 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. Now heaves it out of bounds. That was Bosa, who had the quarterback all turned around.
You're going to see Bosa go up and under. It's a TE, we call it, which is he's going to go inside, and Joe Looney just the backup. He's not Zach Martin. And this is what happens. You know, the game is played really fast when you don't have a great offensive line. And throughout Dak's career, he's frustrated. Throughout his career, he's going to go through ebbs and flows of offensive line help. They're going to be great, not as good. That's what happens, and you just have to figure out new ways to move the ball. And you know, it's just an adjustment that he'll have to continually make year in, year out.
Here's Jones pinning the Chargers at the 7. Benjamin with the fair catch. So the Cowboys had their deepest drive of the game come up empty. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. And by Call of Duty World War II, rated M for mature. Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at CBS. And that comes from the likes of Jim Rickoff, our producer, Mike Arnold, our director, and our tremendous production and technical team. First down, give. Gordon trots ahead to about the 14, gain of 6. Jerry Jones has been in the news here a lot lately. Unhappy with the contract negotiation that the NFL committee had put together with Commissioner Goodell. He expressed his displeasure, threatened at one time to sue his fellow owners, and now has decided to back off that. 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I think, you know, I've known Jerry a long time, you know, as you know, Jim, and he really does believe everything he does is in the best interests of the NFL. And I can promise you he believes what he's doing is in the best interest.
There's the throw for the first down out to the 30 as Gordon is starting to heat up here in the second half.
And, you know, like talking about him, he really is convicted about certain things, but you know, he loves the game of football. I mean, like, loves it. And I really do feel like if anybody who's been around him a long time, he has a lot of passions and ideas, and he's helped the NFL a lot. And so you want to listen to what he has to say, and then you got to make decisions. And, you know, I don't know all the details in this situation, so I wouldn't know what's supposed to happen is see an extra tackle in the game here.
And first down, jet sweep by Benjamin. Cowboys read it. That was Wilson. Lawrence in the area as well. Lost one. Cowboys offense sitting on that sideline after moving the football with any effectiveness for the first time and had a touchdown taken away on the holding call. Where are they mentally after failing to come up with anything again?
Well, their leaders are not happy right now. I know on the sideline, Jason Witten, Des Bryant, Dak Prescott. I mean, these guys are all right now trying to find answers, and they're looking to each other, someone to step up and make a play, and they had one. Just got called back. And it's a big play. 2nd and 11.
Pocket sealed. Rivers up top. Batted away. They were going for Williams. Tyrell Williams trying to go deep. He's 6'4" target. Cowboys were right there to protect it and defend it. Anthony Brown.
Anthony Brown comes off of Henry, and it's a risky throw there by Rivers. And he knows, he's like, oh, I didn't know the corner was coming off of Henry there. He's like, ah. Gets away with one. 3rd and 11. See if Dallas pressures here. They like that 3-down line. They don't normally pressure. Oh, they're going 4-down line. Here we go. Usually coverage out of 4-down linemen.
And extra blitzers too, as Williams is wide open in the middle of the field and finally tripped up in Dallas territory. Yeah, Cowboys just unloaded there. They brought everybody almost. 31 yards picked up.
You're going to see the blitz right up the middle. Watch the delayed blitz. As soon as Hitchens see the back block, he comes, and it's just a hair late. And Williams, I mean, Rivers just finds the open guy against pressure and just dissecting this defense. He knows where to go. If you pressure, he knows where to go. If you don't, he's going to read it out and throw. And that's why those interceptions at the chance at him are huge, because good quarterbacks will make you pay if you don't take advantage.
And this good quarterback now is over 300 for the game. 5 different Chargers have had at least a 20-yard reception. Racing to the side is Gordon, and right there with him is Jalen Smith.
Second play of the game by Smith. He runs sideline to sideline, and that's his strength. Right now, he just got to recognize the plays a little bit better, but sideline to sideline, he's a player.
Did you ever doubt this kid would be able to come back from all those issues after the knee and nerve issues that he suffered right in his last college game?
You know, I actually saw him up there every day. He works really hard. You root for kids like this. He's got a great attitude, great spirit about him, and you want him to be successful. It's just a road. It's a recovery. You can't expect him to come out and be on fire right away. He needs to learn the game at this level.
2nd and 10. Flags are out. Cowboys may have jumped. Allen with the catch. Gains 13.
Going to be an offsides on Malik Collins.
Defense, number 96. That penalty declined the result of the play. It's a 1st down.
Decline, another big play, and Allen just made his throw and catch for Rivers and Allen. They make this look easy. I mean, he's getting the ball out so fast. He's reading it so quickly.
Well, Rivers is putting up big numbers. In that first quarter, he had 145 yards alone. Only 5 incompletions.
Wow.
Allen, his top target, has 8 grabs for 98. Here's a 1st down throw. 1st down throw, and it's caught, plucked out of the air by Tyrell Williams.
Anthony Brown one-on-one with Tyrell Williams. Tyrell Williams is a big guy. He's sneaky good. He's got kind of build-up speed, but what a throw on the sideline. I mean, watch this, just up the sideline, and the ball is perfectly over his head. That's exactly where you want to throw that, where he can just go right over his head, and Anthony Brown tries to get his hand in there. And Williams getting it in. They're going for 1, Jim, or 2?
They're going to go with 1 with the punter, with the placement.
Well, they're going to keep trying things.
Kaiser.
I don't know about this. I might go for 2 here. 15-0, you go up 3 scores if you get the 2-point conversion. This is what, 50-50 maybe? Heads up for a block. These guys usually don't get it off at the same time. You have time to block these kicks.
And after is good. Never a doubt. His first ever point after attempt in college or the pros.
You know that it would be untrue.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. And by Dodge, domestic, not domesticated. And that nice looking spread is prepared by the Legends Culinary Team right here at AT&T Stadium. Makes me want to go back for seconds. Got a nice spread of our own right here in the back of the booth, thanks to the Legends team. Kaiser. All pumped up now. He's hit the PAT. Goes a yard deep, and Switzer is stopped short of the 20. And how, that's Watt, by the way, on the tackle. How excited was Kaiser on the PAT? Just watch this. Back with 1:42 to go in the third. Cowboys 116 yards total offense. Morris follows his blocker. Drive starter with 5 or 6. By the way, the Cowboys have never gone 10 straight quarters without a touchdown. Never. And they're about, what? They're 128 away from setting that mark of futility.
You see him getting on the ball here, trying to speed up play, change something up to get something started.
Go to 37, LA, 37, 40, 26.
Scott wanted to take off. Flags are out.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Damian Square with the pressure.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Called on the right tackle, Collins.
Bosa forces the hold on Collins here. You see him right there at the end, dive him down. I don't know.
That wasn't much.
That wasn't much. He did go down, but they call that sometimes.
Here's a look from our Nationwide Skycam.
See Joe Looney back up right guard now without Zach Martin in there.
Prescott still has it. Dumps it over to Morris, who weaves up the middle and is able to get close to a yard away from the first.
They were in a similar situation last year at Pittsburgh. They ran that exact same play. It's an end-around screen. So they give you a lot of action and they throw a screen back or away from everything. And that was when Zeke Elliott went off for about 70 or 80 yards and brought him back in the game against the Steelers, and they go on and win that with good play.
That was a wild shootout game. Far different than what we see here. 3rd and 2. Oh, and Morris with a big effort.
But those are the plays right there. 2nd and 15, games in the balance a little bit. You needed 13-10, something to get yardage. You know, a negative play there puts you behind the 8 ball.
Big play by Morris. They had him stopped, it looked like, Tone.
They're not going to be able to get a playoff here for that. I'm telling you, this offensive line now, they need great play by these guys to give them time, because they're going to have to throw it now to win this.
2 touchdowns in the quarter for the Chargers. We head to the 4th. Final 15 at AT&T Stadium, and the Chargers lead at 16-0. Cowboys get that pass across the middle, but it's only good for about 4 to Rod Smith. Cowboys have had 8 first downs in this game through 3 quarters. And again, they've gone now 10 quarters without a touchdown. And it's a new team record.
Heineken at 31, Heineken at 31.
Flag out, deep ball, broken up, and a flag there as well. That flag's going to be on Trevor Williams, the last one. The other one's back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's well done there. You know you get a guy jumped off sides. You take a shot downfield.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the defense. Offside defense, number 94. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense, number 31. Number 24. Spot the foul, automatic, first down.
It'll be the biggest gain of the game for Dallas. Williams on Williams. It results in a 36-yard penalty.
Boy, they needed that. That's a big play, spot foul. Dallas now having a chance. Signs of life. The Chargers need to hold up right here. Keep them from getting any more. Keep them in that deep field goal range.
I think they called the wrong number because it was on 24. Now on Phillips 31. Cowboys 5 yards on that first down run. Boza brings him down. Cowboys no huddle now.
They're going no huddle, and they practice this a lot. O-line coach Frank Pollock gets these guys to run through it on their own. Mark Colombo, who's probably coached Joe Looney, the right guard, a ton in this situation, has him ready to go. They got good coaches, new backups in. We'll see how they handle it now.
Of course, Mark, a former offensive lineman for the Cowboys himself.
He played with me.
2nd and 5. Pass caught.
He caught it.
He was out of bounds.
Oh.
Terrence Williams, Hayward there with him.
It's good defense by Hayward.
Yeah, he didn't give him an inch, did he?
No, he made him go right on the sideline, and this is a great catch. Oh, his foot's just probably out there, and then he's out for sure. But Terrence with great effort by Terrence Williams, and Hayward makes the throw have to be out. And extension, really good coverage to squeeze the sideline. The sideline's another defender. You can use it as your helper.
And that's exactly what Hayward did. 3rd and 5.
See Ingram. They walk these guys around. They're all over the place.
Prescott's pass, back shoulder, and it's pulled down by Bryant.
There it is.
You've been waiting for that throw, back shoulder.
He's covered, but he's not covered. He's got a special, unique talent. And this is what they have to do. Trevor Williams is guarded. Everything's perfect. Everything's fine. And that's the Des Bryant right there. And that's the throw that Dak needs to make. Just let Des throw him open.
Gain of 18. Longest play for Dallas other than the penalty before. 1st and goal. That's Morris. Straight ahead. Inside the 2. Actually, it was Smith. Let's give Rod Smith some props because he's had a couple of good runs in this game. That's now 8 carries for 38.
Well, you're going to see they're worried about Dak. And so Bosa doesn't come down the line because Dak kept it earlier and scored a touchdown that got called back. So they got to be worried about that. Now, in this one right here, they like to just run it to the left or throw a fade up top to Dez.
There's the handoff. Straight ahead and across for the touchdown. Rod Smith. And they're going for 2.
Well, here we go. Monster play of this game. Down 10. They finally get a big drive, and you see the push right here. A lot of big guys in there. That's a touchdown.
Cowboys just drove 81 yards in 9 plays.
Let's make sure his knee doesn't touch.
Don't think so.
I don't think so either by those 2.
First touchdown for Dallas in 154 snaps since their last touchdown, and now to get it down to a 1-score game.
A lot has gone wrong for Dallas this game. They're in it. This 2-point conversion gives them a chance to get into a 1-score game. Phillip knows this is a big play. We'll see what kind of motion type of thing that happens here. Yep. They like to move it a little.
Yeah, Beasley moving around.
Run to the sideline, throw to him quick.
Wasn't there, so Prescott crossed the body and over the head of Williams. (16-6).
Over the top of him.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. And by Pepsi, welcoming you to the fun doesn't end zone. Okay. You know, sometimes when you get in these games, that last drive 81 yards after punting the first 5 times they had it. Sometimes you get these 2-point plays and maybe they don't feel like the intensity's there, but there was a wide open receiver there, and that just changes so much here. Instead of this being 1 possession, it's a 10-point margin. They had a chance. Player was there. Missouri and Arkansas. That's coming up tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern. Saturday, 3:30. It's all on the line. The Iron Bowl. Nothing quite like it. Alabama, #1, battles #6 Auburn. The winner heading to the SEC Championship. Thanksgiving weekend football continues on CBS.
Chargers coming out in empty formation, not even going to pretend to run the football.
Well, they've had 2 drives this half, Tony. 2 touchdown drives.
They're putting the ball in the hands of Phillip Rivers. They have all game, and he's just so far been right on point.
Allen slips out of the tackle and scoots ahead for 14. Got away from Anthony Hitchens.
When you see the Chargers come out and watch this matchup right here, that's a linebacker on Keenan Allen. Now that's tough because it's first down. You're like, hey, they might run the ball or not. And watch Allen. He's going to go up and shake them and then go inside. And, I mean, that's hard for DBs to cover this guy. On tape, he beats everybody, and much less Hitchens, who does a decent job there. But that's just a design play that gets him wide open.
Yeah, there's Allen. He's over 100 for the second straight week. And they flip it to Benjamin. He's a speedster. Oh, and he just lowers the shoulder and sends him flying.
Boy, Heath comes in from the secondary, and you're going to see Benjamin come around the field, and he has the corner. And as he's running here, he's got to go outside sooner. It's like he didn't even see Heath was coming. Boom!
Oof.
Heath's like, yeah.
Second and 4. Toss to Gordon. Running lane for Jalen Smith. Is able to tackle him, but not until Gordon takes the football to the Dallas side of the field. And Rivers is having a big day. 370 yards passing.
Phillip Rivers is phenomenal here in Texas Stadium and Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium. Actually, they're both AT&T Stadium, because last time he was here, 400 yards. Today, he's on pace for that. I'm telling you, it's just he's playing outstanding. And really, I'm more impressed with just he knows what the Cowboys. He's got him into the blocking protections, always blocking the right guy. Versus pressure is thrown to the drag runner, who's the one guy who's got leverage.
Here he is on first down.
Picks up the pressure again.
And that one was behind Keenan Allen.
And Allen saying, hey, that's on me. But that really, I mean, he had him beat to the sideline. That Phillip throws that behind him. And Allen makes these plays, but it shouldn't be that hard. That's really the one mistake I've seen Rivers make today. And look at him, he's like, my fault. And Rivers is like, nah. Oh, he's like, yeah, it was your fault.
Yeah. Yeah, Rivers just his 6th incompletion of the day. 80% passing. Moving on 400 yards. Tacks on another 4 with a little dump off to Gordon.
Well, here we go. Cowboys need to stop, get this ball back with enough time, score twice. They're still in the game. Even, you know, there's turnovers, things always can happen, but this play is big. And they're going empty and letting Rivers call the play. It's man-to-man coverage. You got a running back and a linebacker out here. Rivers knows it's man. He's going to walk up, tell him who to block, bring the running back in, slide over here to the left line.
Eckler's been big in the passing game the last few weeks. Looking the other way, though, the pass. Back to Allen, and no Cowboys able to stand up as Allen weaves past them all for the touchdown. What an effort by Keenan Allen. 42-yard touchdown.
I tell you, that's 2 games in a row. 12 receptions last week, 10 receptions this week, 2 touchdowns last week. Look at him inside right here. Really incredible at the line of scrimmage. And Orlando's leverage is supposed to be inside. So the defense is, he's in 2-man, he's supposed to be inside. But Allen just, wow, great route running, and then the finish. That's the, look at that. Whoop,
yep.
Right there, and hey, whoop, bum again.
Right past Woods. Heath was unable to get a hit on him. Of course, Scandrick couldn't stop him. It reminded me, as the extra point is wide this time by Kaiser, reminded me of that last play of the half when we were here a few weeks ago with Kansas City and Tyreek Hill running through the secondary.
Hi, I'm Jerome Boger. On behalf of the National Football League and our crew down here on the field, we'd like to wish all of you at home a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there, too. Phillip Rivers now 416 yards, 3 touchdown passes. And again, over 400 the previous game against the Cowboys early in the 2013 season. And, you know, Tony, again, we were here 18 days ago. Dallas beat Kansas City to go to 5-3, and things were starting to look good then, but then losses to Atlanta, and then the shellacking by Philadelphia applied to the Cowboys, 37-9, and now this one. Not over, but it's certainly not the Cowboys in sync for a third straight game. That point after, though,
huge.
Yeah, let's not let that go overlooked.
They're still within 2 scores, 22-6. Now they're going to have to depend on the passing game with under 10 minutes to go.
Since the Elliott suspension, which, well, his last game he played was that Kansas City game. Prescott's numbers: no touchdowns, 3 picks. The 3 picks all in the Eagles game. Sacked 14 times. Today's thrown for 103. 14 out of 18. So this nickel and dime stuff. But the Cowboys have truly nothing really to speak of down the field. An 18-yard completion to Dez Bryant on their last series.
Yeah, they're going to have to get moving and push the ball. I mean, honestly, it's the chunk plays. They just have to get them. They've got to get down the field a little bit and put some pressure on this defense, because the running game without Zeke.
He sings that one.
There it
Terrence
is.
Williams slides down between both Trevor Williams as well as Adai, and the Cowboys have finally a big play on the board. It goes for 39.
And that's where Terrence Williams is at his best, in breaking routes, these bang 8s, the old Michael Irvin routes, and that's how they create the big play for him consistently. Get him up, almost like an outside leverage release, and then bam, fire back on.
Trey Boston also in on that tackle. First down, time to the end zone, to Bryant. Batted around, incomplete, broken up by Hayward.
Boy, that's a great job by Hayward breaking this up. Dak lays this ball right where Dez can go up and get it. And he's got it, and it's just really, I mean, the throw was great.
Did he mistime it just a little bit?
Well, he
maybe?
Thought the ball was going to get there a little harder, but it floated right there, and he still could make that play. He always does. But Hayward really just makes it with his hand. There's a good throw.
Oh, scoops it up. Prescott alertly able to make a play out of something that was busted.
Great job. I mean, that's well done. Dak Prescott right there. That's high quarterback play right there, under duress, letting go of the ball, and still reading the coverage at the same time and being accurate. Look at that. Boom. See it. Throw it. Phillips taking a bunch of hits. Same way. You got to throw it accurately under duress.
Phylon shoved him to the ground after he released it. 3rd and 1. Go to the gun. Fake the run. Bootleg pass. It's Witten. Not a bootleg, but Prescott able to move around and find Witten for the first time in a while.
I think Witten might lead the history of Thanksgiving yardage. I mean, there's got to be a stat that Jason consistently,
he's got stats, doesn't he?
Has been one of the all-time. I mean, him and Gates in the same game. How special is that?
Seriously.
2nd and 3rd all-time in the history of tight ends and receptions. These two guys, probably the last time they play against each other.
Inside 8 minutes. Prescott on the run, flips it, and he's picked. Prescott trying to cut off the angle for King. King's got a blocker in front, Ingram, and he's going to take it the distance. Desmond King, 90 yards on the pick 6.
That's a.
You saw Phillip Rivers celebrating, and then suddenly it clicked in. Hey, do we want to go for 2?
Back-breaking play right there, and you see Beasley cutting out. And so Dak started to the right side of the field, came back late. And Beasley had already run his route, and he was starting to try and create something to get open. And just a back-breaking play at this point.
It is.
You were in the red zone, still within 2 scores.
Kaiser extra point, and again, that one's right of the mark.
Well, I tell you what, kicking just doesn't matter anymore. 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row, you're going against a team without a kicker, and you still aren't in the game. 2 defensive touchdowns last week by the Chargers, now 1 today. Dak Prescott trying to get his mind around what just happened. The Cowboys driving. A chance to try to bring it down with a touchdown and a 2 to within a one-possession game. Instead, it goes 90 yards the other way. Gus Bradley's defense is starting to gel. This young Chargers team is starting to really figure some things out early in the season. Man, they found some ways to lose games. They could have been far better than the record.
Chargers are coming on. Big-time performance today.
And on that last play, watch Witten. Was he open?
Throws his hand up. He's got a chance, and he knows it. He's watching him go the other way. And, a lot of stuff on every play, just a difficult one. Jason he knows how precious every season is now.
Just talking about how before that play that went the other way, how you may never see a game with these two sure Hall of Famers, two tight ends with the kind of accomplishments that Witten and Gates have in their careers. Jason leading the Cowboys all time in catches and reception yardage. He's got another catch right there.
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see it again in the NFL, to be honest. The second and third most receptions in the history of the NFL at the tight end position. There's a chance Witten, when he's all said and done, if he wants to keep playing, for years, I mean, he could play there 3 years pretty easily, and he could end up almost second on the all-time receptions period. Just an incredible Hall of Fame.
That's 7 catches today. There's Beasley picking up a Cowboys first down. Well, you know him so well. What do you think's in his heart as far as playing, retiring?
He loves the game so much. I think, he's going to keep playing just because he's still playing at a high level, and he's, outstanding, really in all areas. He has these techniques with his route running that, I mean, guys who are 22 just will never know what he does. Watching it right at the top of his routes, he gives you this change of speed for a guy that size.
Oh, and they pick him off again. This time diving pick by Hayward.
Oh, and he just throws right into the coverage of cover 2, and he's not even looking at the corner. And Hayward baits him into the. Oh, and they didn't touch him?
No, they're just having a little fun with it.
Oh.
Full escort to the end zone, though.
Oh, is that a flag? They didn't score a touchdown.
Yeah, but they had this all planned out just in case.
That's an interception by Hayward going the other way.
And he was down. Well, it's looking like a 13th straight year the NFC East champion doesn't repeat in the division. Of course, they already came in 4 games behind the Eagles in the division and trying to figure out a way to get into the playoffs via the wild card route. And those chances certainly taking a considerable hit here today for Dallas. And over on the AFC side, again, the Chargers came in one of 6 teams at 4-6, 1 game back of the 5-5 Ravens. Plus you had Buffalo there 5-5, Baltimore 5-5. So the Chargers, after an 0-4 start, are going to be 5-2 in the stretch since.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give them that 5-6 possibility there. We're going to go with a shot in the dark. They're going to close this one out, and I think that 5-6, they're right in this thing. I mean, I think that 9-7 is getting into the playoffs for a wild card. Yes, for sure. 8-8 has a chance.
By the way, the Cowboys spent a timeout after that last play. There's Gordon, ridden down by Jalen Smith. And now another timeout by Dallas. The NFC is as bizarre as things are going in the AFC, and they are, because you're really looking at perhaps 9-7 or 8-8 being the 6th qualifier on the AFC side. Who knows? But look at the records so far better on the NFC side. 9-1, 9-2. Minnesota, what a win today at Detroit. We're going to see the Saints and Rams, Tony. We're heading there after the game to the Coliseum on Sunday, our national doubleheader window. Carolina 7-3. Atlanta right now in the 6th spot. You see the Cowboys. Look how many teams now they're going to be behind with a 6th loss. Not out of it, but 2 games back of both, 2 games back in the loss column of both Atlanta and Seattle. And of course, Atlanta already has them head-to-head.
Now the Cowboys do a good job against teams, they got the Redskins, Giants, Raiders, and they got Seattle and the Eagles. But that Eagles game the Eagles might be resting everybody in that last game. We'll see how the season plays out. So it's a favorable schedule going forward.
3rd and 9, and that's incomplete.
And I mean, but you got Redskins and Giants.
We got a flag in that area there.
2-0. Oh,
yeah,
that's good. Cowboys with any chance.
Pass interference. Defense, number 27. umpire foul, automatic first down.
Jason Garrett knowing that was another just
scenario they couldn't afford, really.
No,
I mean, you've spent your timeouts. You got trying to give one last desperation chance to get your offense on the field and score in a hurry, and then still of course need 2 more scores. But now the Chargers can start running it down.
So if they go to 5-6, the Cowboys, 10-6 is in the playoffs. So we'll say that. Okay. Now maybe not if teams make a run, but you got a chance at least there, as long as it's not like Atlanta who holds the tiebreaker over you. And
Gordon.
And then go ahead, Joe.
Well, here's this lineup Sunday on CBS. Doubleheader day. Early, the main game, Miami, New England. Late, some 80% of the country will see the Saints and the Rams. And that should be a high-powered affair. It all gets started noon Eastern with the NFL Today. The Saints' first game in franchise history was 50 years ago in September of 1967. The New Orleans Saints hosted the Los Angeles Rams, and now we'll see half-century later the Saints at the Rams coming to CBS. We'll look forward to bringing it to you. 2nd and 8.
Well, anyway,
Still 2nd down.
Cowboys from here obviously reeling. 3 straight losses. They're not feeling great. You know, the offense hasn't really done much of anything in 3 games, and the defense today, got shredded. But they're not going to be playing these. You hate to say it's teams because they got the Redskins 4-6, Giants 2-8. They already beat the Redskins. The Giants they've already beat. The Raiders, who are not playing that great of football either. Seattle 6-4. That's the game right now.
You might be jockeying with him for a spot if you're able to catch a run. And don't forget,
they should.
You get Elliott back.
You get Elliott back. And if they could win these 3 in a row after this, which they easily could do, they're still a really good football team. They just haven't played good football. But they still have plenty of talent. And you see right there, they go win, 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 let's say. That's 3 games. That puts them back at 8-6, going to Seattle for what could be the wild card berth. If they win that 9-6, possibly then Philadelphia resting their starters, that puts you at 10-6. So, Seattle actually coming here, I believe, Jim, right?
Yes, it is. That's week 16.
That's what the Cowboys got to do. When they come in tomorrow, you're going to be devastated. You're like, the sky's falling. It's going to be bad, and it's going to be one of those things where no one's feeling good. But they got to figure out a way to get some wins, and it's going to start next week. They still have a chance. And the Chargers, who basically have the same record now, feel good, right? Same record, 2 teams. They both need to restart, start over, and go win football games.
I'll tell you one thing, when you're breaking down that whole NFC playoff picture, Atlanta has some very important wins in their 6-4 record. Here's the 3rd and 5. And again, it's Allen. Another chunk play for a first down. Falcons already beaten the Cowboys, Detroit, Seattle, and Green Bay. All those teams were on the graphics, so they've already got wins against them.
Yeah, you see Allen on the slant, just nobody can cover this guy. And we said it earlier. Rivers is still fired up.
That intensity never goes away.
He's like, I'm going to get 500 yards.
You happen to notice that probably in your first production meeting with Philip yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, he's something else.
I like Philip. He's
great.
He's a great guy. Loves the game of football, and he's one of the good ones. And you root for guys like that. Same way with Dak. They're good guys.
There's Gordon bouncing off a hit behind the line and picking up 1.
So let's take a look at the Chargers schedule. See if they have a road that's positive or negative going in.
Well, it starts out somewhat positive, wouldn't you say?
Well, you got Cleveland 0-10. So yes, we're going to give Chargers a win there. And then you got Washington, and Washington could beat Dallas or the Chargers, but based just on a record right now, they're behind the 2 of them. So they could beat them, and then Kansas City's a big game for them. That game with Kansas City could prove pivotal whether or not A, they got a shot in the division, and B, they can get in on a wild card if they don't. So the AFC West is wide open now with Kansas City having come back.
Of course, the way things have gone for the Chiefs, you never would have thought it. As you see, they've got Durant heading to the bench. Here's a Chiefs team that was 5-0, wins at New England, a win over Philadelphia. Think about those 2 wins that Kansas City has, and yet they're 6-4, having dropped 4 of the last 5.
Yeah, you knew, like, there was a couple things, just some of the injuries with Kansas City. You had Eric Berry, who allowed that defense to just do some dime, nickel stuff that other teams couldn't do. He could guard the tight end, play in the box, play the run. So the system got compromised a little bit when he went out. And that was going to hurt you at some point. And then just the cool schematic advantage they had throughout the year isn't quite the same.
Nice piece of running here by Gordon, and he gets swung around, and the way they spun him actually carried him to the first. So a chance to, again, burn off more time. Cowboys out of timeouts and out of hope, really. Gordon, 21 carries, 66 yards. It's going to be the 4th home loss of the year for Dallas. That's about as shocking as anything you can put up.
No one would have predicted 5-6 this year. The team coming back after that incredible season that ended, you know, almost abruptly in the playoffs last year against Green Bay. You thought, everyone thinks you get better and better. In some cases, you know, the NFL is sneaky how those teams change from year to year. You get a rookie, you get a new scheme. They study you all off season. I mean, there's a lot of reasons that go into it. Injuries. I mean, Dallas just having a tough start to this year, and they're going to have no time left. They got to turn it around.
State Farm post-game show with JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Highlights, their analysis, their thoughts on these two teams and where they're headed. That's coming up on the State Farm post-game show after the game. So now the Chargers, that last run by Ekeler, up to 518 yards of offense.
Take us to the 2-minute warning.
How about, though, you're going through all these possible playoff situations and storylines for the Chargers. In the history of the league, there's only been one team ever start 0-4 that made it to the postseason. It's going back to 1930.
Wow.
And it was the 1992 Chargers. So there is some history to tap.
There's some precedence for the Chargers.
Right inside that franchise's history.
Wow.
2 minutes to go. And then it's turkey time for all of us. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AT&T. And by Bud Light, brewed to be enjoyed responsibly. Okay, final 2 minutes inside here. There's one Cowboy fan who's disappointed. Errol Spence Jr., the welterweight champion of the world. He's a local kid and loves the Cowboys.
He's 22-0.
Yeah. He's right out of Cedar Hills High School in nearby Cedar Hills, Texas.
Defense,
part of Dallas County.
76, half the distance to the goal, still 3rd down.
And again, coming up, the State Farm post-game show. JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, Coach Cowher. Highlights, analysis coming up on the State Farm post-game show. And the Chargers, instead of pouring it on here and adding on a touchdown, they're just going to take a knee here and run it out.
Give the Chargers credit.
No question. Tonight on CBS, night of comedy, drama, and all the trimmings. Beginning with The Big Bang Theory and new episodes of Young Sheldon, Mom, Life in Pieces, and SWAT tonight, only CBS. Boy, Anthony Lynn, what a great moment this has to be for him, the coach of the Chargers. Again, the way he has seen his team so resilient, turn around an 0-4 start and to come back to Dallas, where he was raised here in the area. He's got some 50 guests in the stands today, including his mom, Betty, his daughter, Danielle. They're here. His past history here, not only is he a young kid being a Cowboy fan, and the Tony Dorsett days, his favorite players back in those days, Drew Pearson, all that bunch. There's his family, and then to come in here and put up a resounding victory like this.
This is that you felt how important this game was. He talked about it, and so did Phillip Rivers, that they thought Thanksgiving Day was about as big a game in the regular season as they could possibly play in. They grew up watching it. They have a history of it. You know, it's a special day, and for them to, they came out here and played like it was an important game. And man, the Chargers brought it today.
Did they ever? One more kneel down.
LA Chargers, Jim. Yes, the LA Chargers.
They are something else the way they're going. And Coach Lynn said, I hope to go back with a win and one of my mother's sweet potato pies. And it's headed his way. He's got both parts of it. Betty's brought the goods here to the stadium. His team did too.
That they did. Philip Rivers played his best game of the season and really controlled the game from the line of scrimmage. Dallas came out to pressure him. He got the protections right, changed the play, got the ball out versus the pressures when they didn't have it picked up, and just really carried them. And then Dallas never really got anything going on offense. Toughest stretch right now